studiourile Antenei 2, doamnelor și domnilor, Lucian Mândruță!
Bună seara, bună seara! Sunteți la nimic important și mie nu mai plac faptele bune. Nu mai plac deloc. Nu mai cred în ele. Cred că în spatele fiecăreia se ascunde, din ce în ce mai prost, un interes. Cred că nimeni nu mai dă bani fără o schemă din care câștigă, chiar dacă uneori câștigă doar un loc în rai. E și asta o schemă în care l-ai partener pe Dumnezeu. Cred că voluntarii sunt doar niște oameni care să dau un spectacol. Cred că la capătul zilei e deștept cine face pentru el și strânge departe de ceilalți. Și astăzi aștept de la Leslie Hawke, o doamnă din America, pusă pe fapte bune aici la noi, să mă contrazică. Hai să vorbim despre ce ne interesează astăzi, despre balul de Halloween în care sute de români scot portofelul și se duelează cu el în donații. Leslie Hawke, cea care l-a inventat, a reușit să facă din orgolii și mitocănie câteodată bani pentru niște copii care n-au încă nici una și nici alta. Dar poate să descurcă ei. Să facă asta eroina noastră? O să vedem imediat, după publicitate. Până atunci, pentru telespectatorii care m-au întrebat pe Facebook dacă ea este mama lui Ethan Hawke, actorul în singur indiciu, dezvăluit, cu tremurătoarea de la Hollywood, imediat. Doamnelor și domnilor, sunteți din nou la nimic important și vreau să vă întreb un lucru. Puteți să ne scrieți la 1313. De ce să vii din America încoace când toată lumea se duce de aici, în America? Poate pentru că e avionul gol la întoarcere? Nu vom ști niciodată, decât în seara asta. Leslie Hawke și Maria Gheorghiu de la Ovidiu Rom ne spun de ce au făcut, de ce una dintre ele a făcut drumul din America încoace. Să le vedem! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi. Alright, there you go. O să vorbim englezește, dacă nu vă supărați, doamnelor și domnilor, și la un moment dat undeva aici sub, așa, o să fie în română, scris. N-aveți chef să citiți? Nu știu, să învățăm engleză repede. So, Leslie, how come?
Here?
Yeah.
Why here?
Why here? Because there are a lot of unhappy countries east of Romania, like really unhappy. We're okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to go someplace that unhappy.
Oh, okay.
You know.
So you wanted medium unhappy?
No, I joined the Peace Corps.
Medium rare.
I joined the Peace Corps in 2000.
Oh, the spies, the guys that spy for America.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay, I know that.
And I wanted to go to South America. But they didn't want me in South America because I'm monolingual. I only speak English, and they had plenty of Spanish speakers to go down there. So they said, how about Eastern Europe?
Yeah, everyone speaks
English in Eastern Europe.
Yeah, right.
Well, pretty much. And so I said, actually what happened was...
It happened in 2001?
No, this was 2000. This was actually 1999.
Oh, okay.
And I saw my son after I'd been to the Peace Corps recruiter's office. And
your famous son.
No, not that one.
Oh. You have a non-famous son also?
The same one. And I said, you know, I don't know. They say I can go to Sub-Saharan Africa or Asia or Eastern Europe.
Okay, so Africa, no.
No.
Africa cannot compete with Romania. What,
no,
Romania?
Right.
What?
So he said...
We have heat here, they have heat there.
It was his idea. Oh. He said, Mom, Eastern Europe is the most exciting, interesting place in the world right now. And this is where change is happening.
It's not. Nothing
This
happens.
was in 2000.
Oh, okay.
This was before.
It wasn't happening either in 2000.
Well, yes, it was.
We don't change. We like to stay the way we are.
Well, we didn't know that.
Okay, good.
So, so I thought, yeah, it is interesting because, you know, when I was growing up in the 50s, 60s, 70s, this was a place that we were told was, you know, everybody was miserable, and it was, you know, it was a terrible place to live. We got, you know, lots of propaganda. So I was really curious to find out what it was really like.
And was it like that?
Well, yes and no. I mean, publicly it was like that, but privately it seems...
We didn't know about Mititei and Sarmale.
Well, that's right. I don't
forget Mititei. We had Mititei.
I can live without Mititei, but
you
Sarmale and Mama.
Anyone can live without, poate să trăiască cineva fără Mititei? No. We can live without education, Leslie, but we cannot live without Mititei. Really? Maria, can you confirm that?
No.
No, Mititei stays. Education's out. Okay,
Okay.
we conclude the show here. There's no need for education. Thank you very much.
Actually, what I found when I got here was that most people were well educated, most adults that I met, and they were certainly better educated than I am in terms of languages. They would say, you know, they say, I don't speak English, but how about French? And I'd say no, and they'd say, well, how about Russian? No. German? No.
Okay.
You know,
we had a joke about that, you know?
Yeah.
There's this guy in a bus, and he, you know, he's in Russia. He's in Russia, and he asks, you know, the guy who's driving the bus to speak English, French, Italian, and so on. And of course, the driver doesn't know any of those languages. And in the end, the driver concludes, well, yeah, he's a polyglot, so what's the use? You know? He didn't get there.
Yeah.
He couldn't tell me how to get there. Maybe I'm not so good in telling jokes. Yeah, I probably should leave this place to a comedian. But anyway, I have to do the interview. So, you came here because it was interesting
They sent me here.
Yeah.
And then I went to Baku. They sent me to Baku. And I discovered there were these kids on the street begging. And I thought, this is weird. This isn't Africa. Why are these kids on the street begging? And I did some research. I got to know some of the kids. I followed some of the kids home. And I found
You found this weird. I, for instance, since I've seen those kids forever on the streets, ever since I was a kid, and I think it's...
I thought they didn't have begging during communism.
They were.
They were?
They were.
Okay.
Maybe not the kids, but we had beggars here during the communist times. Definitely. I remember that. In Bucharest.
Well, adults are different. America has adults that beg.
Yeah.
But it's not allowed for children to do that. It's not an option.
So you hated to see kids begging on the streets?
Well, yeah. I mean, any child who's on the street begging is never going to have a good life. Guaranteed that kid is never going to have a good life.
Most of our viewers think that the beggars are leading a better life than we are.
Well,
because they're making more money than we are.
They should follow the children home. They should go home with the kids.
You have?
Oh, yes.
You have been there?
Oh, yes.
And it's bad?
Yeah. There's usually not any... there are 3 or 4 other kids.
Why would you want to change that? I mean, look at you. You're a successful American. You can live pretty much any kind of life you want. Why would you help those kids who, anyway, they're not going to be any better after you leave?
Well, actually, they have been.
You sure?
Yeah. I know a lot of kids, families that are better off as a consequence of are helping the child get in school, are helping the parents buy clothes for the kids. A lot of people think that that these people don't care about education. They don't think education is an option.
I don't think they care about education because, you know something, there hasn't been proved that education can make you lead a better life in Romania. Look at the paychecks of teachers or doctors. Education hasn't improved their paycheck and their livelihood.
They're doing much better than the people who live in, for instance, in certain streets in Sector 5 who have no running water. Their streets aren't paved. They have no access to services. I mean, there are many people here that are kind of left out of the system, and they're hidden. They're hidden in pockets. You don't see them unless you're looking for them, unless you find where they actually live.
I want to go for the Romanian soul now, to Maria. You know, Maria, I'm a regular Romanian. Whenever there's a problem, I try to hide away from it. I don't want to see beggars. I don't want to know about Sectorul 5. You know why? Because I'm a regular Romanian that doesn't want to be involved in that kind of thing. How come you want to get over there? I try to stay away from Sectorul 5 every time I can.
Da, mulți fac așa. Ideea este că între timp, de 20 de ani încoace...
Also, like speaking Romanian, right?
Da. Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to brush up on my Romanian. Deci să vorbim în românește? Okay, I'll try to do that. Deci, ce cauți tu în sectorul 5? N-ai din sectorul 1?
Nu pot să stau, pentru că eu sunt învățător.
De ce? Că ești drăguță, ai ochelari, ai tricou cu dungi. O să pățești în sectorul 5, spun sigur.
Dacă n-am plătit-o până acum, nu cred că o să o plătesc de acum încolo. Nu cred că e normal ca în vremurile noastre să existe încă oameni care nu știu să scrie și să citească.
Eu
cred că aș încerca.
Problema este când votează. E în regulă atunci când nu știu să scrie, să citească, numai să nu voteze.
N-aș intra în politică, pentru că sunt o masă ușor de manevrat și foarte ieftin de manevrat, dar este altă discuție acolo.
Nu mai e ieftin, să știi, s-a scumpit votul, dar mă rog, continuă.
Ideea este că în foarte multe comunități, între timp am mers și în țară, foarte mult, nu numai în București, există aceste părți ale comunei, ale orașului, în care sunt zeci de familii foarte sărace și se pare că există ceva comun. Părinții nu au educație și la rândul lor copiii nu au educație. Nu e că nu valorizează educația, ci că pur și simplu nu au acces. Vorbim cu părinți care ne spun...
Asta puțin a fost vreodată un pichet de oameni în fața școlii care i-a împiedicat pe alți oameni să se ducă să învețe?
Atâta timp cât un părinte îți spune, eu nu știu,
părinții
la 4
aceștia
ani.
care au peste 20 ceva de ani, da? Deci au trăit în comunism. Îți spun sigur, au avut toate oportunitățile să se educe.
Nu e adevărat. Cunoaștem părinți de 20-30 de ani care sunt analfabeti, care au făcut doar o clasă sau două.
Da, de ce?
Pentru că și atunci au fost crăpături în sistem, dar cred că acele crăpături acum sunt deja
Și stai puțin, de ce să nu-i ajutăm? De ce să-i ajutăm? De ce să nu-i pedepsim? Pentru că n-au fost cuminți, nu s-au dus la școală, deci...
Pentru că i-au tot fost pedepsiți și nu merge.
Da?
Cred că ar trebui să fie niște oportunități foarte clare, indiferent de dacă ai bani sau nu ai bani. Cred că educația timpurie ar trebui să fie obligatorie.
Știi ce zice un gânditor care este favoritul meu, dar nu o să-i dau numele aici? Un gânditor pe net în România? Zice așa. Știi ce? Aș vrea ca oamenii să poată muri de foame în România, pentru că dacă mor de foame unii, ăilalți o să se învețe minte și o să se apuce de muncă.
Vorbim de oameni sau de copii? La copii nu le poți, nu se aplică ce zici tu.
E adevărat, copiii nu merită să moară de foame. Aici putem să fim de acord. I was saying, you know, there's somebody that says on the internet, people should starve because other people would take a lesson from it. And they'll be better workers. They'll be more efficient. They'll try to stay out of... People should starve because that's a lesson for other people.
Oh, that's stupid. I mean, that's just...
I think it's smart. If we have the starving person there, we have a lesson in life.
We've got plenty of starving people.
He's there.
There are plenty of starving people in the world.
He didn't learn enough. Okay.
But see, the thing that my real concern...
We have starving people and there's no lesson taken from them.
Apparently not. My real concern is that the people in this country that are having children are very, very poor. The poorest people are having the most children. You've got the very poorest are having 3 times more children than the average in Romania.
Yeah.
And those children are getting half the education,
We should educate them not to have as many children as they have.
But even before we do that, that's true, and that's not being done properly.
At all.
But no, it's being done sporadically. But the thing we need to do is get those children in school so that they can get an education as well. And do you have children?